Becky just told AJ Lee last week, I murdered your era, which she did. So why do we have to put up with this at this point? Like, the Bellas are just, this is not your era. So yeah, that's that. And everything else in between, I just feel like this is the problem. You know, SmackDown is struggling really bad, really bad. And it makes it hard to feel entertained. Like, Cody showed up at the end of the night and him and Randy was brawling, which is cool. But it just seemed like the audience was dead all night. You know, their pop wasn't popping. Like, they were really dead during the Tiffany and Julia's match. They were, it just wasn't there. So I feel like when you see a SmackDown that is so close to WrestleMania getting produced like this, is wild. You got B-Fab and Michin and Jay coming out. And I want to speak on this because you see a lot of people that props up Jade. Give her credit. If you say anything bad about her, you're a hater. But I'm going to say this about the faction. WWE has to decipher if B-Fab and Michin are just props for Jade or if those two ladies are going to be built. Because I'm not sure what's happening. You know, you have very other prominent groups like Evolution that laid the blueprint on how to build new stars. Triple H knew he just could not have Randy and Batista as his lackeys. He understood that. But I feel like even with B-Fab's promo tonight, it was more of supportive of Jade. And their whole thing is like, if you can't beat them, join them. As my friend Jaquel pointed out, hey girl, I don't know if you listen, but hey.
I'm Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Grant Hill and Tim Legler. And down on the sidelines is Allie LaForce.
Pointed out, hey girl, I don't know if you listen, but hey girl. She's also a fellow YouTuber as well. And, you know, we were just talking about that going back and forth, and that's really how it is. You know, they have to figure out, are they going to make a star out of B-Fab and Michin? Because just giving them the spotlight is one thing, but building someone is totally different. And I don't see that faction making main event stars out of B-Fab and Michin unless they give those two ladies something to do outside of Jade. That's the only way that's going to work. And then having B-Fab going up against Rita, that's a good start, but she has to continue doing other stuff outside of Jade and outside of Michin. Because if not, Michin and B-Fab will probably get released. It's a possibility. I don't want that to happen because I feel like B-Fab is a really good talker.
God damn, Luca. There ain't no way in hell, dude.
She wants to. So I do think if they give her a chance to actually show what she can do, I think we can have more upper mid-card talent on SmackDown for the ladies. So, yeah. And then you got Melo losing the United States Championship, and oh, what a happy day. Because that open challenge, all of that, it was holding him down. I feel like this is a very good opportunity for them to tell some type of story with Melo. And this is the thing. Trick getting his title match at WrestleMania against Sammy says a lot with how the company views Trick. Trick even talked about how he bulked up and got bigger because management liked bigger guys. So Trick is also doing the work on his own to also push. Like, he's doing the work outside of the company too. So that, I really hope y'all paying attention. Like, Trick, he just got to the main roster. He's going to WrestleMania, and he's going for a title. And I hope Trick wins at WrestleMania. But I will say this, Sammy cannot afford the loss against Trick, and I'm going to tell y'all why. If Sammy loses against Trick, his credibility is shot. I'm just saying, y'all may not agree with me, y'all may say something else in the comments, but that's how it is in booking. If Sami Zayn cannot beat Trick Williams, there is no way he can challenge for the WWE Championship or World Heavyweight Championship. It's not going to make sense. If you cannot defeat Trick Williams, you can't even challenge for the title. I'm just saying. Can Trick Williams afford the loss? Of course, it's Sami. He can go on to other things and bigger things. Like, he could definitely do that. I don't think Trick losing at Mania is the end-all be-all for him. Trick has to get the gap and he'll talk himself into something else. You know, Sami can end up losing the belt and Trick will get it another way.
His white body is shit.
That'll be tricky. I'm really for Trick to win at WrestleMania, but I would understand and he gets win. So, I just ask you guys to take the feelings out of it and just look at it from a booking standpoint. Sami is a former Intercontinental Champion as well. Trick is the new guy on the roster, so we just have to take a look at that. And what else I wanted to talk about? Oh, JoJo and Kid Wilson. I felt like that was show. I'm hearing JoJo is going to have a match at Mania, so I'm looking at he's the entertainment, the celebrity part of the show. Yeah, and then you guys, Jacob and Drew, I don't know who is going to win. I'm hearing Drew McIntyre is going to be leaving, I think, after Mania because he's going to go shoot a movie or something, so they may give it to Jacob. And, you know, Jacob, he probably does need this win to help further push him if Drew is going to be leaving. I think the Drew is going to be going away to see the movie and then have Jacob lose. But honestly, with this company, you never know. You never know with these guys because they tend to do stuff like that. And, you know, guys, SmackDown was just really, look.
Come on, man.
But I will say,
the internet just a little off.
It could have been better.
Shit, bro.
Like I said, Cody showing up and Blue, and now everybody is on the ball. Now everybody is balling. There ain't a single team where people ain't throwing hands, which is a good thing, I will say. Leading up to WrestleMania, so they don't have any crazy injuries or unexpected injuries so close to Mania. So I'm okay with that.
You should have got that name.
Jacob, Drew, both selling what they did last week. I appreciate that. Heaven forbid if these guys come out like they just been whooped on each other last week. Something real bad. So I can appreciate that. But yeah, SmackDown altogether, it's not. They need to figure out what type of story.
Oh man, shut up the GOAT. You know we did that 5 this year, nigga. We all know for number 6 this year. We out just saying something. No games. I'm gonna send off this shit. That nigga said.
They have to start moving people up. And I don't know.
I came here to win a championship. Already done that.
Right. Well, everything and personally, Brock Lesnar overgoes to the main event scene. Like, honestly, you don't need to go through the mid card first. Just put him in the main event scene. He's in already. They have to do
what the fuck is you doing? They get that dumb shit up out of here. Tyus Jones, weak ass shot. What AR? They stop playing me. This my fucking get it right here.
That's
Buddy Tom. This my nigga right here.
Those guys got to move into the main event scene. That's what that is supposed to be. They have to do the same exact thing for SmackDown. SmackDown cannot defeat Cody and Randy. Because the show is suffering behind that. Now, if Randy clears at WrestleMania, then what is he going to do? Cody?
I don't like that shit.
They have to start moving people up. Jacob, Trick, whoever, start putting some guys in the main event scene. Move Mello up. Like, I don't know. They need to start moving these guys because the show is suffering. SmackDown is one of those shows where it's watching you. Like, you have it on, but it's watching you. So, yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it for this match. Nothing really happened. and nothing ever really happens on this show. So, please guys, let me know what you think in the comments, okay? Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will check you guys later. Chrissy says it, so you don't have to. Toodles.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Pods brings the container to you, then we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure pod storage center. And you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Look at pods.com.
It kind of hinted before the game that sometimes the first game home from a long trip can almost feel like an extension, or like, yes, it's in your home gym, but how do you kind of push through fatigue as you've done throughout your career and then just fight it against a young team?
Listen, we got a game to win, we got a game to play, so we give all the energy and effort that we had. I mean, it was a tough road trip for us in the sense of just the travel and the energy expended on that road trip. And JJ's right. I mean, he's been in this league, he played in this league for 15 years, I believe. So that first game back after a long road trip is always tough, no matter what the competition, no matter what the record is. But we did a good job of settling down and forward, got some stops. AR, made some big shots, and was able to get the win.
Some kind of offensive rhythm. How have you guys been able to kind of feed off what he's creating, and then also just ride the wave of the scoring that he's able to put up?
I was just playing our game. I mean, obviously he's the head honcho when it comes to our offensive power, and then it goes to AR, and those two guys they attract so many eyes, so much energy. But he's just in an unbelievable rhythm right now, shooting 3-ball exceptionally well, getting to the line as he always does, and staying super efficient. So we're all just playing all over.
In all the games that you and Brian played the last couple of years, where it's an assist from father to son. Yeah. As you walk us through that moment and that feeling that way.
Like a bull in there.
Well, I mean, I think I take it for granted, just being in the moment, but being on the floor again. That's 2 games back to back. Playing meaningful minutes and him also making another play. Obviously they were making a run in that second quarter. And they did make a run in that second quarter, but for me, I just always make the right play. I got doubled, and he was able to make, fake the pass to the corner and then knock down the 3. So it was a cool moment, for us and also for our family.
We've seen his shooting in the G League really develop throughout the year. It's been a pretty consistent point. JJ hinted that as well. Like, we knew the athleticism and the defense was going to be there. I'm sure you've traced it pretty closely, but how have you seen his shot get to the point where he's so comfortable?
Just getting back to where it was before the incident. He's always been able to shoot the ball. He's shot the ball at a high level, pretty much throughout his years of playing ball. So I just think just the confidence and the rhythm and just getting his strength back and his wind and everything, everything's just coming back, like I said before the incident. So it's not surprising, to see him shoot the ball at a high clip.
We've had multiple days in between games for the first time since the mid-January. That's how we all felt ready for it. How beneficial can that be, especially coming off of the loss of
That's right there. We got to take full advantage of it for sure.
Before the game, JJ was talking about how Luka's kind of like you're kind of the engine of the transition offense. At this point in your career,
Brian, you get a fucking voicemail every post game. What's up, bro? Is that okay? Jumping out.
I mean, I think I'm leading the league in transition points, so it's something I can do, get on a run. It's something I've always been able to do throughout my life. I'm playing this game, and like I said, Luka controls the pace offensively, in the half-court situation, and I just try to put pressure on the defense in the slip situation and give us an opportunity to score before the defense is set. So it should be a problem. We had some adverse moments, obviously, on the road trip. A couple in Houston in both of those games. Obviously in Orlando, Miami as well, Detroit as well, even though we lost that game. And also Indiana as well. I mean, we really designed seeing how to execute late in the game. And we understand, what the moment feels like. We don't shy away from it. So, we want to continue to build these habits and go on these last 8 games. think we'll continue to prep for the postseason.
The games left, as LeBron just mentioned, and this is the first time they're going to have multiple days off between games. Obviously, there's All-Star break since mid-January. How important can this be for LeBron, obviously, and then his team, because they got the back-to-back coming up Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, anytime you can get a couple days off for, your key players who really need the rest, LeBron, Luka, Austin, anybody who has little injuries. But you also, Gear, 2 days off, you probably want to spend some time in a good film sessions, and, maybe some walkthrough stuff on the court where you're not using too much physicality. But, 2 days off after a long road trip, and before you get ready to go into back-to-back games, before you get ready to go into the playoffs, it's a good time to spend together.
There's like 7 games, and 11 nights, something like that. And, I call this, that first game home, I think it's more like an extension of the road. Yeah. So it's like really 7 games on the road is one of the hardest games. And it was key, clutch to win this before those extra days, so you can actually kind of decompress. If you lose, you want to go into the break, in that type of mode, and then also you feel like you have to practice, and you should still get some practice, but it's a different type of practice now, and you have some cushion and leeway with the other groups that are behind you. So
let me ask you this, Danny, because the Lakers are going to be above the line. They're going to be in the playoffs. Yeah. They're going to have that natural 4 or 5 day break when the season ends. Yeah. How hard are you pushing here in these 8 games so you can secure that home court? I mean, in terms of resting guys or just keeping that pedal down?
We spoke about it before the game, son. It was like these games here were supposed to be the games where you rest to jump early on them and rest on those guys. So the games that I was OKC, like the games that I feel like above teams above 500, those are playoff-like tests, and you need to see where you're at. But outside of that, I don't know what the rest of the schedule looks like, but half those games I feel like you have to take you
got OKC twice, you got the Cavs, you got the Suns and the Jazz, you got the Wizards. So
yeah, I mean, Jazz, Dallas, you
one on me, nigga, I ain't get one back. I'm back. What's up? Do it again. Do it again, nigga.
Okay.
Not happening. We need moments. Get the fuck out of here.
Really, you should be in a position where in the last couple games you can take that.
And you got some more days after it, so you should be fine.
Wait, AI handles all the trading? I don't research anything, don't make any decisions myself. Dropping 20, forget about it for a month. The results speak for themselves.
Denver leading by
3. 3 months ago, I started trading with AI. Zero experience. Started with just $20. Now I check my phone every morning like it's my second job in a good way. Wait, you didn't know anything about trading? But I didn't need to. The AI tells me what's happening in the market, what trades to watch, when to move. I always thought that world wasn't for people like me. That's exactly what I said. Then I tried Finello. It breaks everything down. So the hard part, the AI handles that, all of it. And that's why you need to start right now. Not next month, not next week. By end of March, you'll be glad you did. I promise you that. All right, show me the app.
When I started my record label, the business side of things, taxes, finances, definitely felt like adulting. But just because you start your own thing doesn't mean you have to figure it out on your own. It's been amazing to have a TurboTax expert to bounce ideas off of. Even if I'm in the studio alone at night, I have access to a TurboTax expert. I handle the music, they handle the tax questions.
File your taxes with confidence with TurboTax experts.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Kleba. And finished off by Kleba.
Like his dad, Bronny James is calibrated to keep his teammates involved.
They're doing that. So I told me they lost down. So it's just that's energy too. Hey, that's energy too. That's energy draining going into the playoffs.
And about the MVP candidate, this is not something new where only offensive player brings MVP. It's in the NBA. From whenever NBA started to now, nothing changes. There's only a few people that play both sides that won it. Magic didn't play defense. Charles Barkley didn't play defense. Steve Nash, Jokic, Curry. I'm not gonna put him in that Dirk Nowitzki. I'm not gonna let you do that to Jokic.
You're much better defender than all the dudes you named.
James Harden.
You're much better defender. I'm just saying. I'm much better defender. Everybody he just named. I think he's much better than nobody. I thought he was much better. Everybody, all offensive players at the point. So, you know, I'm going to give it now. Luka ain't the worst one out of all of them. I can tell you that for sure.
His size and soft touch make sure.
Put that ball in that bucket. MVP. The Viking kid's gone. He hooping like he they're mine. But are you mad? He said, I gotta go. Everybody gotta go. He wants some chops. Just 60. Rich Rolling 60. Luka has continued to dominate Nathan March. So during the Lakers 9-game winning streak, he averaged 40 points, 8 rebounds, 7.4 assists. During the Will Chamberlain is the only player in NBA history to average 40-plus points per game over a 9-game winning streak. Luka and Will Chamberlain. That Will one don't count. Y'all gotta start that. They don't count. I mean, they count, but they don't count. Like the rules, you know, the rules is different there. I mean, I guarantee if I can just go, if everyone can just go 10, like if King can go 10, people shot and score.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Offensive goaltending. Offensive goaltending. Man, you know how I should be able to average 40 if nobody can jump up there with me.
Kennard with the rebound.
There it is. We just credited Will's numbers. What we doing?
Now here's
well, if someone is tying Will, they should be in front due to the fact the advantage he had was he got the offensively goal-tended his teammates' shots to keep those buckets up. So you can shoot the ball and you can just intercept it and just score. I don't even know what they call that lob. But you can just take it out the air and grab it and put it back in. So, you know, a lot of these players hated him because of that. So, I mean, you know. So somebody's doing it. Both ways. Same thing with the free throw. You know, you can run from half court and jump and then make a layup.
Lakers trail.
Luka shot that one for 29 times. So what? He shot it 29 times. 32 points. Yeah. They took him right. I feel like I was set up there. Days like that.
Gets stuck on the pick.
Happens.
Well, you just have to communicate.
You'll do games like that, take away from like Brian. Brian only shot it with 9.
Yeah, I mean, he was scoreless in the first half.
Yeah, like, man, you didn't really fit in. God damn. It's like y'all never played basketball before. Come on. You go scoreless, man. That's your problem. You LeBron James. I gotta get you the ball. Yeah, get off the glass, run, do the LeBron shit. Do that Bron shit. Oh, you got to shot the finger right there. That's what I said. You know, do whatever you do, right? Screen down the court, change it. Make a big. You're supposed to see that. Like, damn, let me get my dog, let me get him a shot. Go ahead. I'm sure LeBron James can get a shot with that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can get a ball when he wants to do that. That's what I'm saying. So if he was scoreless, that's him just doing what he's just out there filling the game. Took 5 shots in the first half. Did not make any. Oh, he took 5. Yeah, so he went scoreless for the 3rd time in his career in the first half. What? The first time? Third time in his career. And what, it all happened this year? Huh? I'm about to say it all happened this year. It's been, it's not all this year. The first time he won like 15 years, he went scoreless. 15 years, but 3rd time in his career. But 2, like probably this year, right? The first year was this year. And I think this was, some of these shits is crazy. Oh, man.
Appreciate the report, Alex. Smart with the bucket.
But like I said, Luka, 40 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists over this stretch.
Defensive breakdown.
Taking a mass squad to the finals, but I don't think it's at the level of this squad. But it's not. What's the Lakers season with Luka playing at this level?
Game's about to start.
At the level they're playing right now? I mean, the ceiling is high. I mean, told you, going out, the wife and kids are gone. The weight is down.
Shot clock at 3.
It's looking. You said what's the ceiling?
To the small house.
Small house.
One story.
Tiny house.
You said the team wasn't as what as the other team?
That's my personal opinion, but
what you saying? Could you repeat it?
Well, I said I don't think that Mavs squad was as good as this Lakers squad.
So you think
No, Josiah, the expectations.
That he took to
The expectations, yeah. No, the expectations isn't as high. The Lakers' expectations are way higher.
But Kyrie was a part of this, correct? This Mavs team was better.
No, I think, no, he should have said expectations. It should have said not better.
Is Kyrie better than Austin? Yeah. Whatever you do, is Kyrie better than all the way you can help?
He can pass it too.
Is Kyrie better than Austin? Yeah.
Who's better than Brown, I think?
He's 41, dog.
That's a good option. He's not LeBron. He's taking Jerry Jones.
After them three, we have a after them three teams, that was like we have better players, but that Dallas team, I bet you it was made for him. It was built tailor made for how he played. 2 long threats, shooters, defenders.
That's the best ball. But it's the expectations of him playing with the Lakers is way bigger than him playing with that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
All he needs is, like, if 7 games, he's averaging 30. He's going to average, he's going to average 33, 35. Right? That's guaranteed. Now, if Austin can be consistent and guarantee 17 to 23, 24, it's not enough. Ron gonna average 19 to 25 in the playoffs. But that's not enough in the playoffs. Austin Reeves is not enough. This is any team is not y'all getting swept. No. If listen, if Austin Reeves averages 17 in a playoff series, y'all are getting swept. Anything with a team on the end of it, I think 23, like 23 one of them got an average. One of them got an average. Luka average 35 in the playoffs. Any given playoff series, Luka average 35.
Luka averaged 34. Yeah. Kyrie averaged 26.
That's what they're going to have to do.
Jim Hardaway Jr. averaged 15. Gafford 11.
So Bron
Washington 12.
Bron points to be more than Tim Hardaway's third points. Well, we know that, right? We might have 26 or 20. We might have 23, 24, 25 in the playoffs since we all have a chance. Anything in the team, y'all ain't got a shot in hell to beat nobody.
LeBron has
Either one of them in the playoffs, you got to do good. Right?
Whoever want to be number 2
If both of them are averaging 19, 18, y'all get
none of them will average 20.
Y'all get 20.
And that's not guaranteeing he's average because he was.
He was in the playoffs here.
Everybody go, bro. Everybody out the house.
Let's see how you open it. Any given playoff series, he will average 30. Who is stopping him? Nobody. Not in the
Nobody. He's going to get
unless he's playing Jaylen Brown. Unless he's playing Jaylen Brown in the first, second, third round. When Jaylen Brown, he averaged 29, 9, and 8.
That's
the best defense in the world where someone wins the MVP, this player still had 28, 9, like that's what he had. With the best defender guarding him.
God.
But that game gonna be like the Pistons.
But what I'm saying, that's the best. Jaylen Brown picked him up full court. He won an award for it, and he averaged 28 against series.
No, it's a different defense.
34, but he's averaging 34, and he's averaging 10 free throws a game right now in the regular season. During the playoff series, you can add 3 or 4 or 5 to that.
Yeah.
So he'll average 13 to 15 free throws in a playoff series each game.
Talk about this.
The numbers will be what they are.
What did the Lakers do against Kevin Durant that made him so frustrated that you could see that the rest of the team wasn't going to adapt to what they was doing? They doubling that man as soon as he crossed half court, right? Mm-hmm. You apply the same shit to Luka, right? And you take him out of the game early. Mm-hmm. They're going to be hunting to get Luka the ball back because they feel like getting him a shot off is a part of their offense.
So
now we got to throw it.
You know the difference, though, right?
They got LeBron. They got other guys.
No. It has everything to do with Kevin Durant.
No, for sure.
Like
he was being passive.
But no. They don't feel they have one individual over there
outside of him
that could guard Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like
for the Lakers.
For the Lakers, they still have one individual over there.
That makes sense.
They feel they can put Thompson on Luka. They feel they can put
100%
Easton on Luka.
That's why they wasn't playing that way.
Smith on Luka. They will have too much pride, I feel, to play him that.
I wouldn't say Houston though. I'm talking about the other teams that match up with him. It's like, all right, let's take the ball out of Luka's hands. He give it up. Let's don't let him get it back. Let's run the shot clock down for where if he do get it back, he's gonna be taking a late shot clock shot. Everybody else gonna have to do something. So if it's Austin Reeves making the decision or LeBron making the decision, it's gonna be 4-on-3 on the backside, 3-on-2 on the backside, like where. Somebody got to make a decision. DeAndre Ayton, we cool with you shooting. We cool with Rui shooting. But as long as we take the ball out of Luka's hands, it's a different team. We haven't really seen that team with the ball out of Luka's hands and seeing how they play.
So the thing is, we tried. So just hear me out. So we tried. Well, I came out of a timeout when we was playing the Lakers, and I brought everybody in the half court like, hey, when he get it, I'm running at it. Talking about Kobe. Right, and they had other guys out there with similar skill set in Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom that could go make plays, and they have that similar in them. So I don't feel you throw that bitch off reach, you know what he's going to try to do.
He's going to try to go get it.
LeBron the same way. So I feel if you try to implement that with them.
Can they win like that? That's the difference. Like if I'm a coach, I'm gonna try.
How many
teams have tried? I'm gonna try.
No, I'm sure
they haven't tried.
They tried it in Dallas. I don't think they stuck. When he was in Dallas, they doubled it, got out of his hands, and there was another nigga called Kyrie. So that's what I'm saying.
You do that here.
You don't deviate from it. I think he gets frustrated.
He does. Like he's going to taste the ball.
Like I don't have to. I have LeBron James. I'll try. And Austin Reeves. I'll try for a whole half. 4 versus 3. Hey, I'll try for a whole half.
I would.
Right.
For sure.
Just 30. Fuck the game up. Okay, it's cool. Just to fuck the game up.
Austin Reeves and Bron.
You're going to get Bron. I'm just saying, Austin Reeves try just every time Luka touched the ball, I double him.
What did Bron?
Like, that's all I'm saying.
Just do
and I'm not going to deviate from it. They lost. Like we lose.
What were they doing? What were those two doing?
No, they got what were they doing?
So
what was Detroit doing? Did they get the ball out of his hand?
No. What I'm saying is did they get the ball out of 2 guys that you depending on outside of Luka's 32 points and 11 for 29 shooting. These 2 guys were lethargic, waiting on the ball.
Did they get the ball out of his hand?
So if you are Detroit and we're living with Luka taking these shots, this is JB's game plan. Like, we want Luka to chase his shots, chase his momentum. Okay. Now, what has this done to the Lakers? The other guys. It's got LeBron Cole. It's got fucking Austin Reeves chasing his shot. Now we in the game. Without our major guys could get us up 15. We are in the game against a team that's supposed to be hot right now. And their other players are now not doing anything based on the fact that this guy's chucking. So one game plan is let him chuck. We can win the game based on him not getting anybody else involved.
So you know what that did happen? Bron went 0 for 5 in the first half.
That's 0 for 5. We didn't go 0 for 10.
What he's saying, it makes no sense.
I'm living with it because I'm chucking.
Like,
no.
That bitch can get out.
Exactly.
I barely know why he didn't know. The switch off was dirty.
I'd rather double team him every time he touched that bitch.
Even the last shot he took. Even the last shot he took, he chucked it.
It makes no sense.
But who was the switch off?
It makes no sense. He gave us 2 different scenarios. He gave us Detroit Pistons last night where they didn't double. They didn't double at all.
That don't make sense to you, my nigga.
Okay, let's try this again.
Saying the dumb shit. Just acting like the people don't understand who. They know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay, so
I make sense to me. Okay? When I make sense to me, I don't give a fuck about what you think about what I'm saying. I make sense. And if you play who and we doing what I'm saying, you motherfuckers say, that actually kind of makes sense. Let's see if this shit works. Okay. But you can discredit it all you want. We can play it. We can make it make sense, goddamn. But shit, just saying it don't make sense, that's nasty work.
Okay, you finished. But now, let's see why it didn't make sense. You said double him to get the ball out of his hands, right? Double. That means 2 people on him, and then he's going to pass it, make it a 4-on-3. Then your example was Detroit Pistons 5-on-5, where he is just ISOing the 1 man, chucking shots. Has nothing to do with a double.
whatsoever. So that didn't make sense. I thought you was going to give an example where they doubled Luka and then LeBron James and Austin Reeves didn't try to score. But that wasn't your example. So yeah, it was a dumb example because last night it was just Luka trying to do whatever he wanted. He took 29 shots. If you're doubling him, he's not going to take 29 shots because he ain't doubled. So he's going to pass it to LeBron James and Austin, and then they're going to try to score, and they won't be lethargic.
I didn't say none of this shit he just said.
You didn't?
No.
What did you say?
I was explaining two different teams, bro.
In two different scenarios. That's what I just
thought. I wasn't talking about Detroit actually doubling because they didn't double them. I'm talking about the other teams that's going to go up against the Lakers if you take the ball out of their hands. And then you can play the way Detroit played them. And you can play, switch off on Durden. You can actually, live with him chucking the ball up and not having to double him. Okay, so when you do double him, you do play off the ball. You do allow these other guys to make plays and live with the outcome. That's what I said.
No, you said double it just like they did last night. And then you pointed out,
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
But it's
and you gave us two. We can rewind.
It's okay.
We can rewind.
It's okay. There's so much competition. You don't like listening to me talk hoop. When I talk hoop, it just triggers the shit out of somebody when you just, like, I don't make sense. But damn, you got to read a little bit. Here's the book. You can read the book.
Bro, it wasn't hoop. I'm sorry. If you're going to say a double, you're going to say double. They doubled this guy just like they did.
I say Houston Rockets was an example of doubling?
Yes.
That was an example
of doubling.
That was what I used.
And then you had Kenyon Martin telling you it worked against them because
then I said we wouldn't use this against the Lakers because this is what the Lakers use against Houston. There's going to be other teams that we would use this against the Lakers on, not Houston. He thought I was talking about Houston using this. No, not Houston, because he said Amen would guard him head up. He said they would guard him. They would be more comfortable guarding him head up. I said I agree with you because I wouldn't use that with the Houston team.
You're not using Lakers. You're saying Lakers are getting double, right? You're saying Lakers is going to get double like KD got double because it worked against KD. So how is it going to work against the Lakers?
Taking the ball out of Luka's hands.
Okay, doubling, right? So you're going to double him. Okay.
Taking the ball out of Luka.
Now, is there an example of that ever happening with LeBron James and Austin Reeves on the court?
No, there's no example because we just said it hasn't happened yet.
Of course.
So Detroit didn't do it. I said I would do it. That's the example. I would do it if I'm a coach. That's what I said.
And I'll play 7-on-5 if I was playing.
So what? I don't understand. I would do this. It has nothing to do. It hasn't been done. Mm-hmm. I would, if I'm a coach, I'm doing this. What the Lakers did to Kevin Durant, I'm doing that to the Lakers. Mm-hmm. That was my example.
Mm-hmm. So doubling Kevin Durant, where the players he's passionate to can't do nothing. You do that against Luka. With an aggressive Austin Reeves, you're going to take 27 shots no matter what if you double. And then you got LeBron James.
LeBron.
So how would you win?
What would you do, Kevin?
Well, the playoffs here, they got, well, you're going to have to do some, there's going to have to be some effort being given. That's all.
It's going to have some heavy rotation.
It's going to be some, as they say.
Going to be some heavy rotations, that's all.
It's going to be some heavy lifting.
Which one you rather live with?
I'm done.
ISO?
I'm done.
Or playing off the ball with other guys making plays?
What was the Detroit Pistons comfortable with?
What did they win with?
Yeah, they won.
They won with Luka chucking up 29 shots.
So they were just playing man-to-man.
They lived with that.
Okay.
That was their game plan.
Just playing man-to-man.
JB's game plan was, we're going to do this.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't. If this
that was your game plan then.
Yeah, that was like, for me, I ain't living the dime nigga. That motherfucker get hot, as we know.
Fast.
So
fast.
I'm doubling it. Every pick and roll, every chance I get, I'm doubling. I'm being physical with him. I'm doing the same thing. Anytime he in a pick and roll, I'm doubling him.
You're saying the same thing.
Anytime Austin Reeves in a pick and roll, I'm doubling him. Right? I'm not giving him opportunity to play one-on-one. Right? It's just what it is. I'm being aggressive. I'm being, listen, whether I get a foul in the half court, dude trying to cut back door, going to get the ball, I'm holding, grabbing. I'm trying to frustrate Luke as much as possible. I know he will get there and start really chasing the ball, but other than that, I'm not just going to live with him playing one-on-one and chucking shots. That's just not going to, not the playoff series.
Double pick and roll.
Every chance I get, every time every chance I get, I'm a double.
No, don't act like you said something. You said something.
Just push back against what he's saying.
I don't have to because he's not going to give an example.
He don't need to give an example. He's saying what I'm saying.
He gonna do no.
He's saying every chance I get.
Yeah.
I'm doubling. Every chance I get. What did the Lakers do against Kevin Durant?
They doubled
every chance they got.
Yeah.
The same thing you just said. What the fuck are we saying different?
He wasn't dumb enough to use the Detroit Pistons and say this is what they did.
Nobody said that, bro. No one did. What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
What the fuck were you talking about? Is what I call it.
We just said they were playing straight up. JB's game plan is literally play the nigga straight up.
You said just like Detroit Pistons. What did that refer to?
Play him straight up.
Find a family movie.
Bum, 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 bum.
The Detroit Pistons played the game plan, play them straight up. What did you just say? We would double. What did I just say? I would as a coach. I would double. I said what you just said.
You said the same thing. Can you tell him where he messed up at? Since y'all both said the same thing, can you tell him where he messed up?
Is JC still here, man? I need a haircut, man.
Just tell him where he messed up at. Because y'all said the same thing. Tell him where I'm calling him out at.
No, why don't you call him out if we're saying the same thing? Why don't you call him out? If we're saying
where you messed up at.
You bought the beer at 11:59. It's what? Right? You bought the beer at 11:59. So you bought the beer at 10:59, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I bought the beer. Mm-hmm. It's okay. You two niggas is crazy, man. No. I'm just saying, when you win so much, you know how much pushback you get over every little conversation. Nigga try to fight for his life on every topic now. He got to fight for his life on every topic now. Every topic. Guess what?
So there's one of them.
Guess what? I just asked what you would do.
So they said double team.
Would you double team, right? Would you double team?
They said double team, right? Okay. But the Detroit Pistons did double team.
They didn't double team. And they won.
So why are we talking about the Detroit Pistons?
So like I said, when they won, so not doing it.
I know, but we're talking about
why would you? I would do it. Do what? Double team. The fuck? I keep saying the same shit.
I would double team, take the ball out of Luka's hand, like Detroit Pistons, who played straight up.
What the fuck are you talking about? You can't shut up now. You this nigga? I was. This thing. That's not what he said. Y'all niggas don't want to speak up. That be the funny shit. That be the funny shit. Instead of stepping in and be like, nah, he didn't say that. Nah, he didn't say that. Nah, he didn't. But then y'all niggas just sit here and just be like,
but now I'm confused. Kenyon, what did you say, Kenyon? What did the man say?
Let's go to the next shit. We ain't do the chit chat shit, man. Let's go, man. Let's go to the chit chat shit, man. Nick picking the neck back and forth. Nigga, I break the game down. This is what I do.
Kenyon, what did you say, Kenyon?
Break it.
Fuck, Kenyon. What did you say, Kenyon, boss?
I'm worth $10.
Well, I was going to hear what Kenyon, what did you say, Cam? We got to do this.
I think that's the one that you.
Yeah, Kenyon, what did you say, Kenyon?
Joe, what's up, man? What was that, man?
Read it back to him, Kenyon. What did you say, Kenyon?
It ain't no fair. It ain't fair no more, man.
We ain't talking about double.
It ain't no fair, man.
Hold on 1 second. I don't want to do it. All right, well, let's
Welcome to San Antonio, Texas for this Spurs home game. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports.
Game's about to start.
I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And in just a moment, we'll hear from our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Now, here's Fox. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The defense comes at Fox hard, but he's ready for it. He knows how to stay agile and nimble inside.
Now, Green.
All right, we back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now, some of y'all may have seen that interview
Jay-Z recently did with GQ magazine, right? He didn't talk about anything crazy. To me, he just kind of ran around a bunch of subjects. And also, they get people, you know, who's trustworthy to do those type of interviews. No matter if they're younger or older, they're not going to ask any uncomfortable questions. They may hit at some things, but they're not going to really ask the questions that you want to hear, or else Jay-Z would agree to the interview in the first place, right? Pretty sure he knows the gist of the questions that are going to get asked to some degree, right? Or he just expects it to be proper, properly done, right? Now, one thing I will say, some of the photos that they took for the shoot and the interview, the whole GQ process, was very dark. Not usually something, I've seen in the past with other artists. And also, Jay-Z could be on a run to kind of soften his name, definitely with some of the things that he's been mentioned in lately, Epstein files, a few other things here and there. But it's very odd because throughout Jay-Z's career, he's essentially made it to the top of the industry.
We knew that.
Biggest double baby. We knew that all time. Does everything. And I haven't seen Jay-Z, promote too much of the symbolism throughout his career. Yeah, you got him throwing up the rock sign, that old, picture that the entire conspiracy world has used for years. When he's throwing up the rock, triangle, and covering his one eye. But it's really subtle with Jay-Z. He doesn't really have to do that kind of stuff as much as some of the young, initiated artists, right? So I thought it was really interesting, this shoot, especially this picture on the screen. Like, a lot of these photos are just really dark. The theme behind the photo shoot is really dark. Now, in this video, I think the most obvious is this one right here. And, you can kind of tell they did a couple of different themes for the shoot. But this was by far the most blatant right here to capture that one eye, God, look.
Come on, baby, wow.
Every video that we've done, very blatant right here. And this is something you usually don't see from Jay-Z. So I'm questioning this interview and the true purpose of it. Or maybe he knows he has to do stuff.
Oh shit, the cell on the heater.
Get back in those good graces, or
he's on the heater
to even go on a run that he's trying to go on. I think he even has a big concert coming up as well. It's like when they want to get back in that light, they gotta promote that symbolism regardless. But I don't know. I just thought it was weird that Jay-Z was actually doing this. I mean, we know what he's a part of. We know, what he represents. His soul is with Satan, so we know that. But I thought this was interesting, so I wanted to play y'all a couple of clips. One clip from the guy E. Haven, where he talks about Jay-Z basically being a warlock, and that he just spills on people by way of words. So with that being said, I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah, by way of words. He be trying to talk all delicately and shit, bitch ass. Like, I hate that nigga.
Check this out.
You know what I'm saying? That's the effect Jay have on these guys. And should they get this new and can hopefully when they can get done. With the knowledge he got, he should be talking about.
Now here's Harper. Nothing on the board. From Jackson. Stolen by Allen. Pass to Coffee.
Because he can put words together and I can picture reality.
Here's Goodwin. And again, it's the Suns missing. Jackson has for two. And so it's the second total. Holding out with 8 points as he's getting close to the break. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right there.
That's right. That La Familia forever. We La Familia forever. He said that with Jazzo, with all of them. So they really running. They living it.
And before we move on, what do you guys
So when he comes back, they get some overlooked, you're like, wait, what happened? I thought if one falls, we get each other crutches. And Black America forever, we can always be a millionaire for life. And what happened?
Now, real quick, before I play another clip, I don't want to lose train of thought, but I thought that was very interesting because you could almost say that about any rapper that has major influence, right? Everything they do is a spell. The music is a spell. You know, the influence itself is a spell. I mean, they're influencing kids to be exactly like them. And that's very well something spiritual. That's on a spiritual level. You would think, like, how does this guy influence me? I've never seen him. I've never heard him in real life. You know, but I'm influenced to be like him, do everything like him, you know. As he was behaving, was talking about, like, he promised his crew to be millionaires for life. You know, hit him with that wordplay when he knew none of them would last with him. You know, he knew none of them would be able to have the chance to live the life that he's living. I mean, basically, that's a spell. You know what I'm saying? You create this type of environment for people when really you know that at the end of it, it's just going to be you standing. But it's not because you survived it and you just came out on top. It's just because it was always going to be that way because you were going to make it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like false promises to people. It also makes me think about John Todd and those old clips that surfaced YouTube for a very long time. I've played them as well. You know, about which language and how music is recorded in which language. You know, all the way back to the Beatles, Tavistock Institute, how that whole thing was orchestrated. But it makes me think about that as well. And, you know, I mean, we don't have to be as deep and say every single bar that Jay-Z wrote was, you know, for initiated witches. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go that deep, but it kind of implies that it's the same thing. You know, like these people are able to influence, you know, and gain this type of status in the world by way of spells. I like that clip because it was just deeper than his music. His entire come up, you know, was a spell, you know, to the people that was around him. All of that stuff lifted him up, even if he was never the type of guy that he rapped about. Oh, you know, Mossy projects, you know what I'm saying? Pushing weight, doing this and doing that. Even if he was never that guy, he put a spell on the people around him to lift him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, put him on a pedestal, and he becomes Jay-Z from Marcy Projects. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting, but let's get into another clip of the internet reaction.
How do we stop it? We need someone who can code and combo. What's going on?
Indeed can help you get it right the first time. Sponsor your job on Indeed or get massive quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. I know what they say. Defense wins championships. We need some bucket getters too now. Here's Harper. And that one's good. He's in a basket of 4, shot 50%.
Want to feel the one? First business is how you do it.
Now, here is O'Neal.
Check this out. Nicki Minaj is literally so smart. Based upon everything that we've seen happening this week alone, Nicki Minaj knew something was up. If you guys remember, back in September, Nicki Minaj announced her album was coming out in March. She gave y'all, what is that? 6 months. She gave y'all 6 months to come up with the bull crap storylines and bullcrap news articles and bullcrap everything that y'all was gonna put out. And y'all did exactly what she thought y'all was gonna do. Jay-Z, the man who was allegedly named inside of the files for allegedly doing some things with that young lady, is going on a promo tour this week. The week that Nicki Minaj is supposed to be dropping her album, he's going on a promo tour where he's promoting not only his concerts, but he's also sitting down doing interviews, trying to push the narrative that nobody should be battle rapping or attacking each other in rap anymore. Mind you, he put Kendrick Lamar on stage to go ahead and violate Drake in front of the entire world by calling him all types of pedophiles. Yeah, You did that, Jay-Z. You put Kendrick in front of the whole world to do that. You did it. And if there's one thing about Nicki Minaj, is this woman is so smart. Because if y'all remember, Nicki Minaj also said she will not be releasing her album until her contract is renegotiated and until she tell you about all the sabotage that Rico is finding out about Billboard. And like we stated before, Nicki Minaj has been on Jay-Z's neck for the last year or two. Every single week, every single month, mentioning Jay-Z. So for Jay-Z not to mention her not one bit in that interview was extremely weird. However, of course, you got Elliot Wilson coming out and dick-sucking Jay-Z like he always does. He even had the nerve to unprovoked go online and put Onika and get half a bar in response to Jay-Z not mentioning Nicki Minaj's name at all in that interview. Honestly, this is why Nicki Minaj violated this man 3 years ago. Because all you do is do stuff for Jay-Z. All you do is let Jay-Z climb on your back. That's all that you do. If y'all remember correctly, Kai Cenat had to even check this man because you look like a fool. All you do is all over Jay-Z, like, relax. But like we've been saying, Nicki Minaj might tell a joke, but she never tells a lie. Because if y'all haven't realized, every single one of these happen every single time. It's like clockwork. It's like clockwork. And if y'all want to continue to stay blind to it, then y'all continue to stay blind to it. But let's just think about it. Between Jada Pinkett Smith coming out, between the OnlyFans owner passing away, between the articles about Miss Deb and all of that coming out about Nicki Minaj, and then Jay-Z popping out for an interview. Yeah, Nicki Minaj ain't never lied. You're going to see some stuff from Jay that's going to make you forget all about the nasty things you heard from GQ stuff. I don't know if they're true, but everything you heard, they were like, I hope not. And you were thinking about it, it will be erased from your mind. It's like the Men in Black that was pen when they could snap it.
I don't know when Academics said that exactly. I'm not sure he said that after the GQ magazine. That might have been before. And it piqued my interest because, you know, he kind of called out what he's doing right now.
Outside green.
He said you're going to see something that's going to make you forget all about the nasty stuff that he's been accused of. And if y'all remember in 2024, he was a part of one of those lawsuits with Diddy from the MTV Music Awards show back in the year 2000. And allegedly, him and Diddy, or him and somebody, they raped a 13-year-old girl. So that is what Jay-Z, I don't want to show the interview because it may get copyrighted, but there was a part of the interview with GQ where Jay-Z was talking about how that lawsuit made him feel in 2024. He had uncontrollable anger. And he was like, you know, when you accuse somebody of that, you got to be sure of that, or at least that's what it used to be. And he was like, especially with a guy like me, because he said he learned from the streets that you don't touch, you know, little ones, and you don't touch women, you don't touch parents, you know that most, most people go by us. Not everyone goes by that, but, you know, so he was talking about how frustrated it made him. Now, that case was dismissed by the woman, who we don't know who it is. She dismissed it. Jay-Z said he would die before he would settle on that case. So something happened behind the scenes to cause that lady to dismiss it. But clearly, Jay-Z said he would die, his own words, he would die before he would settle in that case. That right there told me, something was true about that. Something was true. And I think they did what they had to do in order to get her to dismiss it. But then there was also back and forth, because the clip that I just played you, where the guy was talking about Jay-Z, you know, agreeing to put Kendrick Lamar on the halftime show and basically call out Drake and telling the whole world that Drake is a pedo or whatever. It was kind of, you know, like, in a sense, Jay-Z gaslighting, right? Because he says that, you can't play with that kind of stuff, especially toward a guy like him. But he was also responsible for putting Kendrick Lamar on the stage, who basically told the whole world that Drake was something, that allegedly he's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like gaslighting and kind of being like hypocritical at the same time. It's like, if you don't want nobody to play with your name, why would you allow an artist to perform a song that says and another artist is a pedo? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was very interesting. That's pretty much all I got for this one, y'all. I may throw this other clip at the end and not come back and really talk, but I didn't want to, make it too long. I definitely wanted to get on here and talk about it, and especially with the symbolism that Jay-Z was promoting in this this shoot for the GQ cover and the interview that he did, right? It'll definitely be interesting with some of the stuff that we'll probably continue to see from Jay-Z to, I guess, cover his tracks, right? But with that being said, man, y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this one. Also, let me know what y'all want to see on the channel coming up. Spike Balloon. And I'm going to see y'all soon, alright?
Jacks up a three.
No.
Sends it home from three-point land.
That's Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that three-point shot off against virtually anybody.
Here's Gobert. DeSumo outside. Brown with the steal.
The bladder control aisle. You won't shop here again. The constant struggle is over. Now there's a better way. It's HCIS. We help deliver bladder control products. We understand how you feel. We offer all brands. We pay shipping and use plain, unmarked boxes. If we can help you or someone you care for, go to HCIS.com to get a full case of some of our top brands of pads or underwear for only $49.95. HCIS, the better way.
First look.
They're beginning to take control now, and this could be a crucial point in the game.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
McDaniels, that's good.
I have a hard time not being honest. Like you ask me a question, I'm being in a dangerous interview because it's like, I feel like I gotta answer that shit with what's in my heart. Because y'all all supposed to be on my
McDaniels. Hauser outside. Fires the three. He buries it from three.
Teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
This was a crazy game because the T-Wolves got the best of the Rockets. 110-108. The Rockets absolutely sold yesterday. Run. It was down 13. At one point, it was 9-point lead with like 2 minutes left. And so the Rockets get well through, man. Get well through. I thought T-Wolves, man, they're in a race this night. Again, 25 showed up late in the clutch. 24-6. Oh my God, they know, man.
Come back, bro. Drake came back, bro. You come back, bro.
Nba2k26,
boy. This boy right here, man. Y'all know he's one of my top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
Nah, he's nice.
He's
not just a lockdown, bro. Look at arms long with Taylor sitting in the jersey, man. Gotta get to Tatum.
Alright, it's gonna go. Oh, you like
it? Nice ball movement by Boston. Four on the clock.
This is exactly what you want taking that shot. The Rockets, boy. Y'all find a way to lose games. That's when I'll be losing.
It's so bad, bro.
So, no, unnecessary loss.
I'm sure he hits
Tatum.
This is good for
OT.
Oh, this was good for the
3 minutes left, and they smoke it. Shot like night, still getting checked. And one.
They winning a couple games without AE. They picking up their momentum. I like this for the Timberwolves, bro.
Yeah, man. That second unit, bro. I told you. I got whole business at the deadline. Slow-mo, my God.
Slow-mo, nice, bro. He hit it nice. He always been nice.
Hurry up, Dante.
The Timberwolves again.
Dante texting yesterday. Dante.
Tatum with it.
I can't say what I want to say to you on here. I'm going to keep it. This is good. About that shit you was laughing at.
Damn, OG, this out of pocket. I'm glad you played well last night. I'm gonna talk shit.
Dante really be tuned in, man. That's my guy.
That's the real bro. That's offensive foul.
Definitely appreciate you, bro.
Wait, roll. Yeah, he called me after he could wear it.
He's scoreless.
He said it's okay if I wear 0.
And the defense really respects the shooting. They shoot with that tight coverage.
You have to get a second on that. I used to get everybody say do shit in this girl. They talk bullshit, dude. Everybody else be like showing love every time you check in. Talk shit.
Great defense by Slobo. Always in position to make the play.
Give one move to the Rockets now. We got something more to play on. Rockets T-Wolves.
T-Wolves, bro.
Okay, that's like, that's wild.
T-Wolves.
Nobody got KD? It's not KD. The rest of the niggas, everybody
they gotta figure that out quick, bro, man. That Thompson point gotta be on that trade block.
Not that he's not fair. Somebody gotta go.
Something so good
I'll be here to say who that is. It's real. But do you pray that KD's gonna be gone in a couple years? He's not gonna
if you're gonna play the winner for KD, you gotta get rid of somebody. You gotta get some people in this episode.
I agree.
That Fred shit really hurt him, bro. And running back with Fred, or do you try to get John Moran? What do you do? I'm running back with Fred.
Get Fred and try to get Kyrie. Why not?
Because Fred gonna run the show. He's gonna be over to you. He's gonna play defense. He does that like that.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving around and finding the open man is great selfless basketball.
Gonzalez misses. Timberwolves trail by 9. Pass to Ingles.
You will look at the Rockets. They're talented, but what the Rockets
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
They get what they was looking for. Great defense and
right wing.
Offense. Hardy's had a bad month last month.
Target from outside.
Yeah, man. That's my 82. Hey, are you going I like it about her. She's at this man. That's my baby. She's always
Look at Tatum going to work inside.
That's my dog, Tardy, man. It's low wiggle right now for the Rockets, man. I don't know if they're going to figure out the playoffs. But right now, them top 6 seeds, they're fighting the team most people. Hey, man, I got college football on.
Reed with a block.
That's Kobe, man. Quality minutes over there.
Pass to Baron J.
7.73.
Look at that. It was a bad loss to the Rockets, man. Moving on. LeBron James came to the city yesterday. Decided he was 26 yesterday. And Luka Doncic did not give a fuck about being in the city at all, man.
We got Brown left hand dunk on here.
We got every single dunk yesterday, man. 137, 130. The score got close to the end, but it was definitely built to ass. Luka's after 30, well, actually 40 his last 9 games. 48-8, man. Come on, disrespect. We had 43 yesterday. 21 the first quarter. Austin had 25, Ron had 22.
He trying to get the MVP, bro. He trying, bro. I don't even want to right there from City. Hey. City don't never get blessed with too many games like this. Luka trying to get pretty cool. He killing everywhere he moves. It's so crazy how, like, Miles currently, I think, how this back. That's not why we get back.
That's what we're missing.
Now, yeah, one game, I should have talked about.
So it's both teams
Right,
making
we're not trying to win
substitutions
games.
here.
I was pissed if we would have won this game yesterday. I was mad at Orlando this week. That's crazy.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, Michael Bonner's not enough, brother.
BJ, you can't keep forcing all these losses, bro. We are not giving number one pick, bro. We are a hater, bro. We need to win. It's not disrespect the game I love.
Boston leading there by 11.
The game you love, bro. It's going to be so funny if they get the 8th pick.
Inside, Brown.
They're going to be like, damn, we got a spot. I ain't gonna lie. I might not like basketball next year. We get an 8th pick.
Jason Tatum.
The ability for Jason Tatum to be ready on the catch. Those opportunities make the game a little bit easier.
And here we go, the Celtics on the run. That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Randall with it. Picked up by Tatum. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal. Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
They double team Tatum. To the right side.
Geller makeup kit handmade from Italy is on double discount. Includes blush, bronzer, highlighter, and 6 wonderful eyeshadows. You're going to need a brush to put this on with, so they've included their retractable angle kabuki brush. And lastly, you're going to receive the award-winning Base Balance and Bright Color Correcting Foundation Powder. If you want to get this deal, let's go ahead and put it in my cart because this ends today. You're welcome.
Pass to Randall. Boston with a rebound.
Yeah, Bronny, fall asleep.
White with it.
Hey, you know, Bronny got first quarter minutes last night.
Brown on the wing.
Loaded up Brown, man. Brown was different shit yesterday.
They take this game from distance. And the Celtics lead by 16.
This one has Jason Tatum continues to perfect multiple options in his arsenal.
Randall outside.
Just like we said.
Nice heat from Tatum.
I ain't love him for that. Oh my God, out there and one.
That right there.
At 40?
Outside.
He got 2 more years.
Outside wide.
You pay attention for it. He's like a kid. If he coming to play on that
He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
What the fuck you gonna be yesterday, bro? Feed it up, bro.
That's hate. What restaurant Brown went to?
Free throw, no good for McDaniels.
The reputation for Jaden McDaniels is he's a lockdown defender, and that's cross-positionally. Now he needs to continue to develop offensively.
He's looking fast.
Oh, yeah, man. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Brown violated this night, man. You got your I ain't gonna lie, that's hard. You can take your son in the game. Bro, get a pop.
That shit is different, bro.
Man, my daddy's sad. Hey, what? Oh, my pop said, we're not disrespecting my team like that. Why you ain't getting that, man? What? Come shake your hands, man.
Shout out to Pop. Shout out to Pop. Honestly, I don't think your daddy would have been in the league by the time you got there.
That man be 32 years. Oh, God.
That's the Pop line.
Pop was just 54, good. Try to pay him that out there like you couldn't pay him. Oh, no, he said his Pop would have been shaking himself. How do you go shit like that, man? Just like the team, man. You win with the magic.
So both teams changing up here.
Nasty.
Bulls trail by 16.
Wickedest pitchers of all time.
Now Conley. Pass to Shannon. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Shannon's got his first 3 points of the game.
Such an effective shooter.
If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
So you can pay for the TV you actually
now here's White.
Direct TV got hot. Like really hot. Seriously, guys, it's like way too hot.
Back to White. Releases. White coming through.
Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
September breeze fills up the tender breeze cooler.
Shannon. And it's off for three-point range. Celtics lead by 15. Pass to Brown. Here's Kata. Back to Brown.
While we're here, man, who's harder? Go ahead and let them know, Blue. They talking.
To the middle.
This is what they're real sports. We show these things all like
And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
You had to guard him always, Kyrie and D-Rose.
And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word.
Bloodline. Well, I mean, you can already tell some of
And
the
after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the
starting
second.
to interact more here as we get closer to WrestleMania 42. All three played a key role.
Showing no signs of letting
Story
up.
with CM Punk. Reigns challenging Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42 coming up for several weeks.
It's good.
And part of it makes sense because you know Roman's not going to be there every single week. You had to find a way to tell the story and escalate kind of the tension between the two with other people. And it's simply a matter of being able to kind of sub in the Usos to do that. But there have been some other things that have been a little bit curious when it comes to maybe David looking at something long term as you're trying to play into more of the past history with the Bloodline members and again, potentially even teasing trying to do something down the road again with this particular group. That's going to be easier said than done because this isn't the Roman Reigns that we were used to seeing at the height of the Bloodline, right? We shouldn't be getting our hopes up, and all of a sudden, it's going to be something that they do every single week. It's going to be the way it was, right? Back in 2023, 2024. It's not going to be that way. But it seems like they're at least trying to do something that hints at the idea that all the different parties that were at one point together, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, even Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa, are all kind of an interesting spots right now. Whether it is, starting with this past week on Raw, having Jimmy Uso sort of being the person who basically calls the play for Roman Reigns, that Roman is the one listening to Jey here, and having Jey be in a position where all of a sudden he kind of looks like the old Jey a little bit, right? And we've already seen Jey Uso in that role of being the world champion. I don't think that's going to happen again anytime soon. They took a chance on it, they went with it, and now you kind of see him again slotted back into the tag team role and in this kind of significant situation with Roman Reigns ahead of his big match with CM Punk. They're doing something with Jey and making him kind of a central figure here. Jimmy is kind of playing the same role that Jimmy's always played. He's the guy who somehow can be kind of the level-headed one of the group here and be the person who's always trying to keep Jey from being his own worst enemy while also doing the same with Roman Reigns. So I think Jimmy's role has expanded a little bit because we've seen more of that coming out of Jey now. On Raw, it's going to be interesting to see again what kind of role Jimmy plays. Now I mentioned Solo and Sami because we've kind of seen this play into the whole CM Punk versus the fans thing, right? Sure, he's been consistent about the fact, but it's not have a problem basically challenging the entire Samoan family to a fight at any time. And so if you bring in the aspect of kind of Solo, he seems to be in a situation where call it what it is, not exactly the bloodline. It's struggling to, I think, get over with the fans. It be something that is kind of a presence on TV that is of any sort of significant movement when it comes to interest and all that stuff. It's just not there right now. And so with them playing up the idea that Solo, once he loses his lantern back to the Wild Six, which has to happen at WrestleMania or shortly after, they can't keep running.
Both teams will make
for as long as they have, I think. But Solo's going to eventually, I think, split off from that group, right? And that's where you've seen kind of the teasers with Tama Tonga and Shinsuke Nakamura and all this stuff. There's something going on, and we know that it's probably going to lead to Solo maybe being Solo again, perhaps. So it is kind of interesting that they tie in all that. They mentioned Solo's name, in promos and that kind of stuff. So could there be something there? Sami's kind of on